Hi, I'm Jenny Mickey. I'm one of the children and youth advocates at Harbor House and one of the co-leaders of the Lullaby Project at Harbor House. We want to thank you for joining us for our Harbor House Lullaby Project celebration.
And I'm Sam Taylor, one of the coordinators of the Lullaby Project. We're so excited to share so many of the wonderful journeys and stories, and most importantly, lullabies with you all tonight. But before we get into the songs, we just wanted to take a moment to share a bit about our project at Harbor House. So the Lullaby Project was originally developed by Carnegie Hall's Wild Music Institute, which paired pregnant women and new parents with professional musicians to compose and sing original personal lullabies for their babies. The goal was to support maternal health, aid child development, and strengthen the bond between parent and child. After great success, they began building a network of both national and international partner organizations who hope to bring similar programming to their own communities. And that's where our journey at Harbor House began.
So when I first heard about the Lullaby Project, I knew that this was something that would be super beneficial for the families that we serve at Harbor House. I knew that the healing power of music would be something that could help repair some of the bonds that may have been stressed or broken by domestic violence. So instead of having the focus be new or expecting moms, we went to the focus being parents who had experienced domestic violence. So that meant that we were able to serve families who had children of all different ages, which was amazing. So we ended up serving 11 families. And today we are going to be celebrating all of the hard work that they put into their lullabies. We had some challenges along the way. When we first started, we had gathered in February and March of 2020. And we were in person at Harbor House, and we met with each other one-on-one and had our meetings, our songwriting meetings in person with the instruments right in the room. And then we enjoyed lunches together. And right before we were about to record our lullabies, COVID-19 hit. And so we had to push pause for a little while. And then with the help of Carnegie Hall and some of the other lullaby projects throughout the country, we were able to come back to our project and pick it up virtually right where we had left off. So today we're going to be presenting you with some of the lovely lullabies that were created. As a matter of fact, not only were we able to come back to our program, but we were able to run a second session with a whole new group of parents. And we were able to do those virtually as well. And so today, even though we would love to be celebrating in person, we're bringing you our virtual celebration. And we hope that you enjoy these amazing lullabies that really highlight the incredible resilience of these families and the love that they share for their families. So tonight we're going to celebrate all of that hard work, as well as the hard work of the 9 musicians that did a fantastic job helping these families compose their lullabies. Speaking of help, we could not have done it without our incredible sponsors. So we also thank the Milky Family Foundation and the Women's Fund for the Fox Valley region, as well as the Community Foundation for the Fox Valley.
And as we started to conceptualize this project early on, we received an endless amount of thoughtful feedback and advice from other community leaders and organizers. So we just want to give a quick thank you to Corey Chisel, Adriel Dene, Dean Brian Pirtle, and Betsy Kowal at Lawrence University for their early support and advocacy for this project. We would also like to show a deep gratitude for our growing partnerships with the Fox Valley Symphony Orchestra, as well as Rock Garden Studios. Our partners in community have shown such love and care for our mission, and we are so grateful for all the magic that they bring to our Lullaby Project.
So with that, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We hope that you enjoy all of these lovely and inspiring lullabies.
love you. I love you. I love you. No matter what you say or do, nothing can ever change the love I have for you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Safe, treasured, wanted, loved. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Safe, treasured, wanted, loved. My sweet little caterpillar,
So the songwriting process was great fun. First, we would start off just trying to get some lyrics, the themes, and an outline, and just to get the words sorted. So we would do a little bit of free writing. The moms actually wrote letters to the children, and with these raw materials, we were able to form couplets and stanzas, and then eventually verses and choruses, and make some kind of loose structure, which we could use as a starting point for our song. Next, I would come up with a musical background. So the mom would play a few recordings of bands they liked, or point out certain aspects of an artist or a band that they liked, like an instrument, or the way the voices worked, or the tempo, or the meter. And with all this kind of information of the mother's preferences, I was able to get an idea of what the background could be. Lastly, I would play a few chord progressions in that style, and then eventually the mom would kind of hit upon something that really appealed to them. And with all that information, I was able to come up with a background. Now, once that background is in place, many times the mom would improvise their lyrics over this background, coming up with melodies, sometimes changing lyrics, sometimes even coming up with new lyrics. And through this sort of improvisatory practice, come up with a melody that made sense, that felt natural, that felt right for the mom to communicate what they were feeling to their children. Then once that was all kind of set, we would have the lyrics, we'd have the melody, we'd have the background, and then we would get to the point where the mom could record that song, or sometimes an artist would record the song for the mom so that they would have this finished song that they could share with their children.
God gave me something special. God gave me the gift of motherhood. I birthed life into this world, 5 lives, and their lives matter. Morgan, Jordan, Chase, Cree, and Ermias, and to my future kids, always remember that you can be anything you want to be. Just don't be a failure. Always keep pushing. It's not going to be easy, but keep trying, and you will succeed. And you will always have mommy by your side. I wrote this song for you, babies. Mommy loves you. Always remember that. Since the first time the doctors placed you in my arms, I knew right there I'd make a good mom. It wasn't like I had a choice. God placed you in me to be your voice. You are great. You are wonderful. You're powerful. You're amazing. Yes, you are. And you may fall, but that's life. You're a winner. And winners get back up. And you're a winner. And winners get back up. Yes, you do. We always get back up. We do. You're a winner. You're a winner, baby. Don't ever, ever, ever forget that. Mommy's gonna teach you the rules to life. But baby, this a lesson you can't take light. Always be true to yourself. Look in the mirror and always be true to yourself. You can do it. Morgan, Jordan, Chase, Cree, and Ermias. You can do it. You can do it, baby. Hush, little baby, don't you cry. Mama's gonna write you a lullaby. Hush, little baby, don't you cry. Mama's gonna write you a lullaby. Hush, little baby, don't you cry. Mama's gonna write you a lullaby. Hush, little baby, don't you cry. Mama's gonna write you a lullaby. You are great, you are powerful, you're wonderful, you're amazing. Yes, you are, and you may fall, fast life. You're a winner. And winners get back up. You'll get back up, baby. You're powerful. You're wonderful. You got it. You're sweet. You're smart. You're kind. You're nice to others. You got this, baby.
Hello, my name is Betsy Kowal, and I feel incredibly fortunate that I was able to be both on the childcare side of the Lullaby Project and as a songwriter for the Lullaby Project. One of my favorite things about Harbor House is that they envision and that they work to have a community that is free of violence. And I think that one of the best things that we can do to have a community without violence is to have a community that is steeped in love and community and belonging. And for me, the Lullaby Project is one piece of making that dream a reality, of making that vision happen. It was such a joy to get to connect with both the children of our project and both the mother who I worked with for the Songwriting Project, because especially for the mother that I worked with, she wrote this love letter to her child, and to have the ability to bring that love letter to life through music is perhaps one of the most meaningful musical projects that I've ever worked on in my entire life.
You know, lullabies at their essence, it's about comforting a child. With this broader definition of a lullaby that I think we adopted here in this project, it's just more about creating a song that could last for a lifetime. It's basically something that these children could have forever. This emblematic of the love, of the caring, the wisdom that each mom has to share with her child, and that sense of comfort that, of course, a baby would have. I think this same kind of comfort would happen no matter what the child's age. And I found that many of the children who would come to the sessions, you could just see that they felt comforted, that they felt like, yeah, like my mom's making something really cool right now, and I'm gonna hear something special, something that I can treasure for the rest of my life.
Myself, like a lot of other people, I grew up with domestic violence in my home, and I know firsthand how domestic violence can deeply, deeply harm the relationship between parents and children. And I love that I was able to be a part of this project that is actively working at creating, now and into the future, a deeper bond between parent and child, that child emerges from this project with a deep understanding that they are loved, and comes from this project with such a deep understanding of the beautiful things about them and all the wishes that our incredible mothers have for their children.
We've gone and stretched our bones, shine bright like a diamond. Take off your headphones, put your old soul to rest. We've picked up sticks and schemes, we've wiggled and we've giggled, we've colored and we've squiggled. Now it's time to dream. Did I tell you today? I love you always and forever. You're a cutie pie, a smarty, and I love you a bunch. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. You're my reason. We will water our woes, face to
Hi, I'm Cassie Mcdonald. I'm the Senior Manager of Community Relations at Harbor House. Just wanted to give you a few more details about what we do at Harbor House and what we're working for. After a 10-year study conducted by the World Health Organization over 10 years, it determined that 1 in 3 women and 1 in 7 men would be in an abusive relationship with an intimate partner in their lifetime. Domestic violence affects every racial, ethnic, and socioeconomic group in all of our communities. Access to resources and safety not only prevents the violence from escalating, but it can truly save lives. Harbor House supports individuals and families who don't want the physical and emotional challenges of domestic abuse to compromise their desire and their right to a safe and fulfilling life through trauma-informed services. Each year, Harbor House works with over 1,500 people in our community who are facing domestic violence. We believe in a 360-degree approach to domestic violence, which is why we offer several key programs. It includes our Crisis and Shelter Advocacy Program, which provides safe shelter, a 24/7 crisis helpline, emergency transportation, and safety planning. Our support services, which has services to adults, children, and youth, which include individual counseling, support groups, safety planning, housing services, employment resources, childcare support, transportation solutions, age-specific programming, and anything else the client is in need of. Each client is unique, and we're here to meet you where you are. Our legal advocacy works with domestic violence victims. The domestic violence and the court systems and justice systems are very intimately intertwined. Victims can face complex legal situations that span multiple court systems and can take years to resolve. Our legal advocates generally work with over 500 clients each year. Within this program, we also have our intervention program, and that actually works with people who are using abusive behaviors. Our goal is to educate them to understand why they're using these behaviors, and hopefully we can stop the cycle of abuse. We also have our community education and prevention education programs, which are also aiming to stop the cycle of abuse. Our prevention education program teaches K-12 programming that's age-specific, so we can teach about domestic violence and healthy relationships. We reach about 8,000 students through our programming. Our community education reaches over 3,000 community members each year, training them and professionals how to recognize domestic violence and how to refer people who are in it to the right resources. All of our program and all of our services are completely free to the community. We are a nonprofit organization, so we work every day to ensure that we can sustain our funding in order to be here for our community members. Growing up in a violent home can be really traumatic for a child, and it can negatively impact their growth, their development, and their quality of life. We know that the parent who is not using abusive behaviors, or the protective parent, is often the strongest factor in the lives of children exposed to domestic violence. When recognized and addressed, the effects of domestic violence on children can largely be diminished. We are committed to maintaining compassionate and mindful programming so that our services and advocacy work with the protective parent and their children can play a pivotal role in building resiliency and by facilitating the process with the parent-child healing. The Lullaby Project has offered such a unique and incredible opportunity for protective parents and their children. Not only are these victim survivors trying to heal in their own way, they also need to heal as a family. The power of music and artistic expression allows the families an opportunity to explore the healing process in a really transformative way. You have already heard and will continue to hear the absolute positive impact the Lullaby Project has had on survivors, the volunteers, and the community members. It, like all of our services, are completely free to community members and participants. We'd like to thank some of our supporters, including the Milky Family Foundation and the Women's Fund of the Fox Valley region, who supported this program through their grants. We're also hoping that we'll get support from community members in order to sustain the Lullaby Project for as long as we can. Please go to our website to learn more about how you can support the Lullaby Project and to how you can support the healing power of music for victim survivors of domestic violence. Thank you so much.
needed to see what he would not force. When in my desire, so clear and true, giant desire just happened to be you. His greatest gift to me was you. You don't belong to me, I belong to you. And we belong to the Lord. No dwelling of darkness, nor tempter's stride, proven even match where his grace resides. His love came first, secure and boundless. Wanted to mimic, it seemed so harmless. Allowed me to see what was already there. His endless love and malicious despair. Restoration brought again through you. You don't belong to me, I belong to you. And we belong to the Lord. To help you rise, I must let you fly. But I will never let you break. Failure will come when glory's at stake. Our love shall never seek to take. God is love and lives in our heart. We'll never be left to feel alone. Our love's like numbers, yes, it's true. You don't belong to me, I belong to you. And we belong to the Lord.
Hi, Rachel. Hi, Ava.
Hi.
Thank you so much, both of you, for agreeing to talk with me about the Lullaby Project.
Oh, you're welcome.
I had so much fun working with you, and we had the extra challenge of COVID and had to create the lullabies via Zoom as we're meeting here today. And you two really rose up to the challenge. I know there were times where Ava was very helpful when it came to the technical difficulties we sometimes had. Looking back at that process, why did you decide to participate in the Lullaby Project, Rachel?
At the time, I had my own set of health challenges. But they, I mean, both my reasons for coming there and, for my own health stuff. There's times when parents, especially those that are like sole providers, they have to think about facing their own mortality. And for me, it was about leaving something from my heart for my daughter, leaving a legacy.
Absolutely. And what a beautiful legacy it is. It's amazing and inspiring. Um,
Thank you.
yeah. So besides being a legacy, what does this lullaby mean to you and your family? Maybe Ava, you want to answer a little bit about that.
Amazingness and just having that memory.
It's definitely been, it's become a source of comfort, regardless of our struggles. And it's been funny because it's not just always been me initiating it. There have been times where maybe I've faced challenges and I really lacked courage. And my daughter, if she senses maybe that lack of confidence, she'll sing it, because I think for both her and I, it 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 makes us look at each other in the eyes, and um w- it just brings us, like, it grounds us. It's what we share together. It is a source of comfort and support.
That's great. That's wonderful to hear. And I can hear the love that you have for one another in your lullaby.
Mm.
Um, what what about the Lullaby Project? And there were some challenges during the Lullaby Project via Zoom. Um, and and things weren't always the easiest to figure out. And besides technical difficulties, did you find anything else challenging? And if so, how did you rise above that?
Every week for me during that time was an extremely hard time.
Mhm.
Um, and after a surgery, I guess what I learned about myself from it was I couldn't sing anymore because of having cancer in 2020. I had surgery, my vocal cords were impacted, even though it was just my thyroid, my vocal cords were impacted.
Mhm.
And there's just I have growths on them as well, and it was very sobering to learn, to figure out, to realize I couldn't sing like I used to, and that it was extremely painful. And I wanted so much to try to at least do my own version of being able to sing my song, but it just came when it came down to it. It was not something, but I was able to rise above that truly with, I mean, and this just speaks um, of the gratitude that I have for all of the musicians collectively that were involved. Um, in the paperwork for the lullaby, it says something about what instrument do you hear in the background of your lullaby, and I seriously jokingly put an orchestra, and then went haha, laugh out loud, um a piano or a guitar or a ukulele. I really never anticipated, and when I hear my song, it's like there is like my own little orchestra there. During my cancer, during all my domestic abuse, throughout all of this with Harbor House, it's the community that I've found there that helps rise me above and helps me just walk through these very challenging times and come out still with confidence and a self-esteem. It was truly the musicians that helped me overcome my challenges. Them recognizing, you know, just the situation I was in, the circumstances, and without hesitation, just I never, like, I didn't ask. It was just the musicians themselves were just offering me so many other, like, all these professional people wanted to be a part of it. And I that was probably the best part of it,
Mhm.
was just the
Yeah.
teamwork.
If there ever comes a day that we can't be together,
Keep me in your heart. I will stay there forever. Ava Grace, my love, I love you today, tomorrow, and for eternity.
Go live a life that's defined by just you. Your vivacious spirit will carry you through. Go fill your days with your love and desires. Be confident, fearless, and I'll lift you higher, 'cause I'm always with you. I'm here at your side. My Eva, my darling, I'm your shining guide. I'm smiling at you when you think you're alone. Through all of your child days, even when you are gone, my Eva. Our time here's a journey we cannot control, so please live a life that brings joy to your soul. Follow your instincts and know I will guide. With strength, brains, and beauty, live life full of pride, 'cause I'm always with you. I'm here at your side. My Eva, my darling, I'm your shining guide. I'm smiling at you when you think you're alone. Through all of your child days, even when you are grown, my Eva. People will doubt you, don't give them a thought. You'll make them laugh, 'cause that's what you do. Keep staring your fears in the face like I taught, and overcome all of them. I believe in you. I'm always with you. I'm here at your side. My Eva, my darling, I'm your shining guide. I'm smiling at you when you think you're alone. Through all of your child days, even when you are grown, my Eva, my Eva, my Eva, ah, my Eva.
I love you today, my Ava, my Chewy, tomorrow, forever, and eternity.
As our celebration comes to a close, we'd like to thank you all once again for joining us today. As you'll soon see in the credits, so many people have lent their time and energy to this project, It's no small feat, and we're so incredibly grateful for all the support we've received from our teaching artists to the many Harbor House staff at large, and many, many more. We're especially grateful for our growing partnerships with other community organizations, including Lawrence University, who brought us several teaching artists and childcare volunteers, to the Fox Valley Symphony Orchestra for connecting us to additional musicians and teaching artists, and Mark Gold and the folks at Rock Garden Studios, who welcomed us into their space and provided professional recordings of a couple of our lullabies. We're excited to build off these partnerships for future projects as we continue to serve the Fox Valley community. Once again, if you'd like to support the Lullaby Project at Harbor House, please visit the Harbor House website to learn ways to donate. We greatly appreciate any and all support as we work to sustain and expand our project. And finally, thank you to all of our participants for sharing your stories, your hearts, and the profound love you have for your children. Your hard work, from composing your lullabies to serving as your own recording engineers at home, has left us inspired and deeply, deeply changed. I had the privilege of collaborating with Heather on this final song, and while her message is directed towards her children, I believe it hits on the magic and power of lullabies as a whole. Regardless of the circumstances, wherever you are, whenever you need it, these songs will always be there. Thank you.
There's nothing your mom wouldn't do to protect you. My heart is for you. You are much stronger than you know. I'm so incredibly proud of you all, and I'm thankful God allowed me to be your mom. I can't wait to see the places you go. Just know you can always come back home. You have a heart of gold and a love so deep for God, your friends and family. God's unending love and promise shine so brightly from you. You're an amazing big sister. You make sure no one's forgotten. You make sure no one's alone. Thank you for helping your siblings feel safe. Just know I've always got your back. If you ever need me, I will always be there. If I'm not right beside you, just know that I care. Put your hand on your heart, I will always be there. Always, always be there. You have this way of knowing the people who need you. The love you give has already moved mountains. I prayed and asked God to give me a son. If we were ever gonna need protection, He answered my prayer so perfectly. Just know my love for you never ends. You are so kind, so shy, and so sensitive. Your personality